Hey, what's going on, guys? I hope you guys are having a good day. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and welcome to the Black Financial Channel. That's theblackfinancialchannel.com. I want to talk about XRP. Many of you know about XRP, aka Ripple. XRP is under this really ugly investigation by the Securities and Exchange Commission, who basically the SEC is claiming that XRP is a security and not a currency. And this has cost billions of dollars to a lot of people. And there's been a plot twist. There was actually a letter revealed from the former chairman of the SEC who warned the current the outgoing chairman of the SEC that if they go after Ripple, that they could actually destroy Ethereum too. And so I'm going to break some of this down. I'm going to read the letter to you. So get comfortable, hit the thumbs up button. We're going to get started on the Black Financial Channel right now. Good morning, everybody. I hope you guys are having a good day. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. That's theblackfinancialchannel.com. I want to talk about XRP and this interesting suit that's going on with this cryptocurrency. I've talked about XRP a lot because it's actually my favorite crypto, even more so than Bitcoin, or it was my favorite crypto. Now I don't. Now you don't know anything anymore. But if you've been following the crypto market, you've noticed that the market's been recovering. Those of you who held out since 2017, the last correction, congratulations to you, because you're probably making money hand over fist because crypto has been doing extremely well. And for those of you that don't know much about crypto, I'm going to brief you on what's going on and then kind of tell you the latest development. And also, if you just want to see what crypto that I bought, what crypto I have in my portfolio, you can actually go to drboycecrypto.com. Just get on our email list and instantly I will show you a screenshot of the crypto that I own in case you want to see what's in my portfolio. And it's done really well. It's probably, I'm going to guess it's doubled or tripled. I don't know. I don't keep up, but I know we're making money. So here's the deal. So basically Ethereum, XRP, aka Ripple, the Ripple Labs run by Brad Garlinghouse, was hit really hard with this crazy suit with the Securities and Exchange Commission, in which they basically hit them with almost like in a computer. You know, you have the blue screen of death. Well, this is the blue screen of death for cryptos. This company that had a market cap in the billions. Right now, it's at 14 billion in market cap, but it was higher than that at the time, much higher. They basically came in and basically said, "We're going to destroy your whole situation. We just want XRP to just disappear because XRP has violated securities law." And what does that mean? Well, let me just make it real simple for you, for those that are not aware. What they were accusing XRP of doing was pretending to be a currency, but actually being a security. There are very specific laws that allow you to issue a security under certain circumstances. And if you do not follow those laws, then you will be taken down by the SEC. They're kind of the financial police. And so, now, by the way, Hakeem says he cannot hear me. Give me a yes in the chat if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, give me a yes. Just say yes if you can hear me. Okay, Stacey Ann says it's just you. Okay, all right, good. It looks like you can hear me. Okay, great. So so Miss Holmes, that's the big question that everybody was asking. They were like, wait a minute, XRP has been listed on exchanges for 7 years. You know, XRP has been there. You can almost compare it to like illegal immigration. When somebody done been in this country for a decade, you can't go back and be like, "Oh, we're going to send you to Mexico now." Like, no, you should have did that when they first got here. 10 years later, they've established a life. Maybe they got a driver's license. You know, they got a job. They've established ties. It's a different conversation at that point. And so it doesn't mean that you can't still do things retroactively, but it does kind of speak to this weirdness of enforcement and this ugly, arbitrary nature of enforcement that from an investor standpoint, that's a huge problem, because one of the fundamental rules of investing in wealth is that uncertainty costs money. When you have uncertainty, money gets lost because you don't know. Investors don't build wealth by investing in things that are not certain. They build wealth by investing in things that are stable. So cryptocurrency is already working to establish itself as a stable alternative, whether you're doing it for speculative purposes or considering the use of it as a currency or store value, whatever that is. And so to do this, it kind of rocks everything. It's like this. It's like the feds raiding Walmart and saying that Walmart is an illegal dope operation. And you're like, wait a minute, this is Walmart. This is a gigantic multi-billion-dollar company. Like, shouldn't you have figured that out when Walmart first got started? So anyway, let me keep going. Let me read more. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget that the Black Business School is there in case you want to learn more about wealth and investing for your family. The URL's on the screen. So this article is from Crowdfund Insider, and I found it really interesting. It's written by Omar Faridi, and it says that John E. Deaton, a lawyer who's focused on blockchain and the cryptocurrency sector, notes that the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission was warned that investors could potentially lose billions, considering, quote, the magnitude of an SEC enforcement action against Ripple's XRP, which is one of the largest digital assets in terms of market cap, at over 12.6 billion at the time of this writing. So that's 17 hours ago. It was 12.6 billion then. Now on Coinbase, it's at 13.9 billion. Ripple's actually gone up a little bit as a result of this article. And I think that makes sense because I told you guys, those who follow me, in the crypto conversation, I told you I did not sell my Ripple when I saw this enforcement action because I thought it was a bunch of BS. I said, this does not make sense. This does not seem to be following the letter of the law. This is like a cop who is deciding to suddenly go and do a raid on a house that he's walked by every single day for the last 5 years. He's gone inside the house. He knows the people that live there. He's had conversations with them. He's had dinner at their house. And then suddenly you're trying to raid them as if they're criminals. You're trying to convince me that the people that you have been hanging out with that were your buddies 2 weeks ago are suddenly now these hardened criminals who have been engaged in a nasty criminal enterprise for years. That seems weird. That seems personal. So, and we did a crypto panel a few days ago, and the conclusion of the panelists, we have some really smart brothers on here that were talking about crypto. I'm going to bring them in on a regular basis because I just like these guys a lot. And they were saying the same thing. They said they were asking themselves, who did Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, who did he piss off at the SEC for them to do this? And also, I don't disconnect what's going on with the Securities and Exchange Commission's actions against XRP with what's happening in the country right now. The Trump administration is on its way out. Biden administration is on its way in. There's a lot of bad blood. A lot of people are taking a leak on the floor on their way out of the building, just kind of doing these weird things that not physically, but metaphorically, right? You get what I'm saying, right? Like they're literally just kind of like, we're going to pee all over the secure documents and make it really hard for you to do your job. I feel like the start of this SEC enforcement action was part of that, and I don't think it's going to last. But let's keep going. So here's what else the article says. They said the chairperson at the time, Jay Clayton, had been sent a letter well before the filing of the action, and the letter came from former SEC chief Joseph Grunfest. So this is not a letter from an average Joe. This is a letter from the former chairman of the SEC. So it's homeboy to homeboy, like peer to peer. Like, look, man, I know you got this job I used to have, and let me just warn you, give you a dire warning that this thing you're doing with the XRP, this is not good. This is not good. So let me read this. It says Deaton pointed out that Grunfest had reportedly warned Clayton and the SEC that, quote, the mere filing of the lawsuit declared XRP an unregistered security would result in an unprecedented, meaning never happened before, unprecedented scenario of billions of dollars in losses resulting from an exodus of intermediary market service providers. What they were basically saying is that if you file this action, if you even give the impression that they are under investigation, you're going to destroy billions of dollars in value because people don't want to be around stuff that's toxic. It's like part of what people talked about with the Me Too movement, the danger of the Me Too movement, that even just being accused of something, even if you didn't do it, will cause people to stay away from you. So you better make sure that before you go accusing people that you're sure of what you're doing. If not, people are going to see right through it, and they're going to assume that you have bad blood and that this is a bunch of nonsense. So let me read more. It says Deaton confirmed that this is actually a direct quote from a former chief who may have seen all this coming. Deaton further noted that the mass exodus of intermediary market service providers has now taken place. That is true. A lot of exchanges have stopped trading XRP. He mentioned that, Coinbase, Kraken, and nearly every other service provider has now halted XRP trading for US-based customers. Others, such as Bitwise, Grayscale, even liquidated, and Grayscale liquidated their XRP holdings, right? So you have basically artificially manufactured the destruction of billions of dollars in economic value because you have given the impression that this currency cannot be trusted. That right there is almost fraudulent in itself. Like that right there is almost something where I'm wondering if lawsuits are being filed, if people are pursuing any form of action on this. It's almost criminal. It's almost criminal. If I know I can destroy you by just accusing you of something and I use that in an arbitrary fashion, I'm not going to look like a real attorney. I'm going to look like a quack. I'm not going to look like a real law enforcement agent. I'm going to look a little bit quackish, especially when I have implicitly allowed you to operate as a legitimate business for the last 7 years. I mean, it's one thing if you just opened up shop last week. It's another thing when you've been sitting there 7 years. I knew you were there. You were a big player in the neighborhood. You were making plenty of money. I walked by your store every day and I had no problem until I had a problem. That is not cool. Give me a yes or no if you get what I'm saying. Give me a yes or no if you follow, if this is followable, if you're following what I'm talking about here. And do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. Please hit the thumbs up, share, subscribe button. drboycrypto.com is on the screen because that's where you can go if you want to actually see the crypto that I bought. Some of you are new to the industry and I want to encourage you to at least take a look. Crypto is a good industry. There's a lot happening there. Bitcoin's at about 37,000. There are people that really believe, and I'm one of them, that Bitcoin will go over 100,000 maybe in the next couple of years. So I got my Bitcoin. I'm not selling it for anything. I thought about taking some of the money and using it to go buy some property. I said, no, I'm not going to get, I don't anticipate that I'll get the same ROI on property that I would get actually just by holding my Bitcoin. Plus, I don't have to be somebody's landlord. That ain't fun to me. So anyway, let me keep going. Remember, XRP has been publicly traded this is a quote. Remember, XRP has been publicly traded in the US and globally for 7+ years with the SEC's full awareness and implicit permission. The SEC was aware that XRP was being actively traded on over 200 exchanges globally, including the US. Clayton was warned by Grunfest that if the SEC initiated an enforcement action declaring XRP an unregistered security, in present day, these exchanges would have no choice but to delist and or halt XRP trading from fear of an SEC action against them. So this is what Deaton, the attorney, Deaton's an attorney who specializes in crypto. This was his interpretation of this letter that came from the former SEC chairman to the current SEC chairman, Jay Clayton, or the outgoing SEC chairman. There's so much transition happening. It's hard to keep up with who's who. There is a new chairman of the SEC. I don't have his name in front of me, but I knew this was going to happen, and I'm curious to see what his interpretation of all this is going to be. I believe, here's what my prediction is. I believe he is going to, the new chairman of the SEC, I should have his name. Hit the thumbs up button while I look up his name for you because I should give you his name. The new SEC chairman is a guy named Gary Gensler. Gary Gensler, Gensler. I believe that the new Chairman Gensler, is going to say this is much ado about nothing. Either he will drop the case or the case will just drop in priority. But the problem with that, though, is that you've kind of left XRP in this weird purgatory, this weird financial purgatory limbo, and nobody knows what's going to happen. You know, like I said, I'm going to hold on to my XRP because I just kind of I feel I just have a feeling about this. You know, I could be wrong though. We remember with investing, never ever think that because somebody is an expert, which I am. I'm an expert at this. My PhDs and I've trained experts. That's how. So it's not just experts, like an expert's expert. But that doesn't mean that you can predict the future, right? But my feeling tells me that I should hold on to my XRP. All right, so Deaton pointed out that Grunfest had reportedly warned Clayton and that the SEC. Oh wait, sorry, I already read that. Deaton also added that Grunfest informed Clayton that he was aware of no instance. Pay attention now. The former SEC chairman told the current or the outgoing chairman Clayton that he was aware of no instance in which the simple announcement of a commission's enforcement procedure has, absent allegations of fraud or misrepresentation, caused multi-billion-dollar losses of innocent third parties. So what he's basically saying is, if you do this, you're a jerk. Like, this is a crappy thing to do because You're not accusing them of fraud. You're not accusing them of misrepresentation. You're accusing them of selling an unregistered security, which means that you're not just hurting them. You're also hurting all the people who, innocent people like you and I, some of you in here might have invested in Ripple or XRP. You're taking their money too. You're screwing them too. And this is interesting because this also makes me think about this whole censorship piece. You guys know I'm not a fan of what's going on with all the censorship, whether it's Trump or anybody else. I'm not a believer in censorship. I believe in free speech. Again, if you don't want people storming the Capitol, then call your National Guard, which is right down the street. You got $1 trillion military right down the block at the Pentagon. They could have been guarding the Capitol. You defend the Capitol from the protesters. It wasn't like it was some sort of armed militia that came with military formations and bombs that they launched at the Capitol. They didn't do all that. They just showed up and busted the window because nobody was there. Nobody was blocking them. I mean, come on, give me a break. So I believe that with this censorship thing, the problem with the censorship thing isn't just what they're doing with Trump. The problem with the censorship thing is that they're censoring everyone associated with Trump, and then everyone who dissents on their popular opinion. So that's why people like Vicky Dillard can be banned or blocked off Facebook or YouTube or Instagram because of what they're trying to do to Donald Trump. It goes down this ugly, slippery slope where you're not just hitting the target, you're hitting all this collateral damage that has nothing to do with what's going on, with nothing to do with your individual beef. So with that being said, let me read more of this. All right. So in the SEC's complaint filing against Ripple Labs, a company CEO Brad Garlinghouse and founder Chris Larson, there are reportedly no fraud allegations or those related to any type of misrepresentation, Deaton noted. He also mentioned that given that no fraud was being alleged and the fact that XRP was allowed to be traded for over 7 years, Grunfest pleaded with Clayton, stating that no pressing reason compels immediate enforcement action. He's basically saying don't do it. However, Clayton and the SEC ignored this grave warning, Deaton claims. Even though billions of dollars in losses have been experienced by, quote, innocent, end quote, investors, the SEC filed, quote, the most significant SEC case in modern history, end quote, Deaton claims. Given that no exigency, I'm trying to practice saying those terms because I'm doing my dental work and sometimes I can't say words right. So y'all don't make fun of me, please. I'm trying to do better. All right. So given that no exigency existed and there was no immediate need to file the case, Grunfest himself questioned Clayton and the SEC's true motive. Grunfest also said that this is the former SEC chair talking to the current SEC chair about their enforcement action against XRP. For those who just came in, that's what we're talking about the fact that the former chairman of the SEC, Grunfest is his last name. I don't have his first name in front of me. He wrote a letter to the outgoing chairman of the SEC, Jay Clayton, and said, do not file this. Basically, he said, do not file this action against XRP. There's no grounds for it. They're not being accused of fraud or misrepresentation. Innocent people are going to lose billions of dollars. This is not cool. So Grunfest also said that, now pay attention, this is interesting. Some of y'all own Ethereum. Does anybody own Ethereum? I own a lot of Ethereum. And I own a lot of Ethereum because Ethereum is a hell of an investment. My God, I think Ethereum went up 100% this month. So and there's expectation that it's going to continue to rise. The Ethereum network is extraordinary. I'm a believer in the Ethereum network. People that I trust believe in Ethereum, but really I'm also a big believer in blockchain, period. Blockchain is going to change the world. In case you don't know, in case you're not aware, that just trust me when I say that. All right. So here's the thing that another thing they said. Grunfest also said that applying traditional securities law to XRP, but not Ethereum, quote, calls into question the commission's discretion. He added that, quote, in short, Grunfest was saying, if today's XRP is a security, then so is Ethereum. I said, oh crap, that's terrible. So he's saying that if XRP is a security, if you go after XRP, then you got to go after Ethereum too. A lot of people are investing in Ethereum. Last I checked, if I'm not mistaken, Ethereum's market cap is about $162 billion. About $162 billion. So you're talking about a lot of money being lost if they decide to go after Ethereum. And so anyway, that's the deal with this. Now, if you want to know my position on crypto, I've always warned you very clearly that crypto is not a good market in the sense that it goes up and down a lot. It's very volatile. Most cryptocurrencies are not good currencies because currencies tend to move a little bit. Crypto can move a lot, right? And so the reason I'm invested in crypto, and I've been consistent in terms of being invested with crypto for a long time, but I've also been consistent in terms of warning you that you do not want to go hard in terms of putting in money that you can't afford to lose, is because this market is really an insane market. There's a lot happening that where something could shoot up to the sky one day and then plummet the next and then shoot back up to the sky again because the market's figuring itself out. And part of what the crypto market is figuring out is what the future is going to hold. What's the enforcement action going to look like? What's the government? What are governments going to do? And this particular action by the Securities and Exchange Commission shows that just the simple decision by a government to engage in enforcement action, even making an accusation against one of these cryptos, can instantly deplete the value and destroy the value. This doesn't happen as much in the stock market. It rarely happens. In fact, Grunfest actually compares the stock market to the crypto market. In his letter that he wrote to the SEC Chairman Jay Clayton, he basically says we don't do this to companies that are on the stock market. We've never had a situation where we've accused a company of being an unregistered security and then had where this was an established company that's been trading on the markets for 7 years and had billions of dollars invested in this company. We would never do this. So why are we doing this to this crypto? So I'm in agreement with his message. I think that what he said is excellent. And I'm going to read more of this to you and tell you why this tells me that I might have made the right decision by holding on to my XRP. Hit the thumbs up button. Please hit the thumbs up button. So Deaton says that Grunfest was basically saying on record that it did not make any sense and it will be fundamentally unfair for the SEC to file this action. He basically told Clayton that the SEC that if you file this case claiming XRP is a security, it's because of other reasons unrelated to the law. Which means basically he's saying you're going to look like a quack because you're going after people arbitrarily who didn't do anything wrong. Deaton also added that Clayton and others were well aware that the mere filing of the enforcement action, not limited to specific distributions of XRP directly from Ripple, but alleging that all XRP constitutes securities, could prove to be a kill shot against Ripple and XRP. Considering the magnitude of this case, one would think that Clayton and the enforcement chief would certainly want to see it through, but instead they both left the SEC forever. So that's another interesting thing, right? This was filed by John Clayton on his way out the door. That's kind of weird. I mean, that's an epic case, one of the biggest cases in the history of the SEC. You file that sucker and then you bounce. Like, are you kidding me? Like you get the girl pregnant with triplets and then you leave? Like the story's just beginning. Like it's crazy. It doesn't make any sense. So basically, I just kind of think that there's a future for XRP. I would be stunned if this enforcement action lasts. I'm not a lawyer though, and this is not investment advice. This is not me telling you that I know exactly what's going to happen. Nobody knows, but I do think that there's something to think about here, because if they do continue down this road, he's right that they do have the logic to say, okay, well, if you're going to go after XRP, then there's a bunch of other cryptos you can go after too. Let's just destabilize the whole market while you're at it. Let's go raid the whole neighborhood, right? But I think the more logical response would be to say, you know what, just back off, slow your roll. This didn't make any sense from the beginning, and let's just do something else. All right. So anyway, I'm going to go, guys. And by the way, the blackstockmarketprogram.com. Those of you who like to invest in stocks and want to know more about it, it's a really popular program. It's a money back guarantee. The first month is free. Also, there's something in there called What Dr. Boyce is Buying, where literally I show you I talk to you each week about stocks I'm adding to my portfolio. One of my favorite stocks this month, and this is one that I was talking to you guys about a few weeks ago, is called Tilray. Tilray is a cannabis company, and I'm gonna tell you what, Tilray, damn near. I'm not a guy who would normally do this, but Tilray made me want to go give Joe Biden a kiss. No homo. I don't kiss dudes, but this I kiss my daddy or something, but not But anyway, so Tilray literally has gone up. I bought the Tilray cannabis stock not too long ago, and in the last month, I think it's gone up 110%. But it's pretty much doubled. So there are companies out there that are doing the damn thing, and the market dynamics are shifting because we're heading out of the pandemic. Once the pandemic is over, you're going to have a different set of companies kind of rising to the top. So now investors are kind of making these moves. And so following what the analysts are talking about is really important. So anyway, if you want to sort of connect with this, and also you can send me questions through the program. I answer every single student question once a week. I do a video where I go through and I answer every question. I use your name. I answer your specific question. That's one of the many things in terms of the bonuses that you get with the program. So if you're interested, go to the blackstockmarketprogram.com, THE. It's right there on the screen. And also you can text the word voice to 31996 to get text notifications when I go live. So please hit the subscribe button, share, thumbs up button, everything else. And I am out of here. You guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Peace.